better than takeout. Today we're going to make for you an easy recipe that is basically done by the ninja today. So it's just going to be what we call chicken and noodles. We are going to put some onion and celery and chicken in here along with some chicken stock and some seasonings on it. Going to let that cook, and then later on we will add egg noodles and cream of chicken soup. So I've already gotten this prepared. I've already rinsed my chicken, chopped up the celery and the onion. This is basically just one small onion, completely chopped up. We're just going to toss that right in. I like to put it at the bottom. I don't keep it after we start adding the other stuff in it, but I use it just basically for seasoning while the chicken is cooking. So then we're going to go ahead and throw this on there. We'll just slide this right in. It's already been rinsed, so it's basically ready to go. We'll just slide it right on in there. We're going to season our chicken. Actually, let me get some tongs and I will kind of move it over a little bit. That way it's separated and it's not all on top of each other. Alright, now you don't have to use boneless, skinless chicken breast for this. You can also use a whole chicken. We've done it both ways. The only thing about using a whole chicken is that before we start adding in our egg noodles and all that other stuff, then you're going to have to debone it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a super fan of doing that. So for the easy route, we're going with boneless, skinless today. I put some Lowry's on there. I'm going to use some garlic pepper. Then we'll use some onion powder and some freshly cracked black pepper. As you can tell, I love using this Ninja because it's super easy and I don't have to actually do a whole lot with it. I can get my meal cooked and I can still work and tend to the kids. So we're going to throw in some of this cooking stock. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I just think it adds a little bit more flavor to it. And then what I also like to do is after my chicken is cooked, I like to pull that stock out and put it in a container and keep it in the refrigerator in the event I use it later that week for something else. So I think we have enough in here. I'm going to go ahead and get that camera over here so that you can see what we've got going on. So in our crock pot, like I said, we just have onions, celery, and the chicken. We're going to go ahead and set this on low, and we're basically going to let it cook until it's done. We are not going to cook it for any set time. It just depends on the chicken. And once it's done, then I'll come back to you and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Alright, everybody. We've been in here for almost 3 hours. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this chicken, see if we are ready to shred it up, see if it's cooked thoroughly in the middle. One thing you want to do with chicken is make sure it is always cooked thoroughly. And look at this, it's just falling apart. So I'm going to go ahead and let it sit here for about another 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start shredding it up. I probably won't film that part because that's pretty boring, but I'll show you once I've gotten it shredded up. Then I'm going to also strain the celery and the onions, so that way that's out of there, and I'll take some of that liquid out. I'll also start getting my egg noodles boiling, so that way we get that in there. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get this completed up, and then we'll have a nice meal for when the family's ready to eat. It's a quick, easy one, and yeah, so see you soon. Alright guys, so we're back. I have already shredded up the chicken. I pulled the onions and the celery out, and actually the only thing I did with this is put because I only use the boneless, skinless breast, I put them in this bowl, and I just simply held them with my tongs and shredded it with my fork. As you can see, we have our water boiling for our egg noodles. We're just going to use the whole pack of the white egg noodles. I go ahead and boil the whole pack up, and then what I do is I just add in the amount that I want. So I'm going to grab that camera. Let's see what we've got going on in this pot. Then we'll put it back down, and we'll go from there. So you see we have the shredded chicken in there. And I did keep the onions and the celery. I just kept it aside because if I want to use it, then I can. So now what we're going to start adding is the Campbell's cream of chicken with herbs. You can use the regular cream of chicken. I know they have one with cream of chicken with mushrooms, all kinds of cream of chickens these days. So I'm not going to add any water to it. I did leave a little bit of the chicken stock that I used in there. And I'm just going to add this right in. Depending on how you prefer yours to be, you can add more cream of chicken, you can add less. It just depends on how saucy that you want. That's what I call it, saucy. Because I myself am a bit saucy. I'm going to stir this in, just kind of see what the liquid content looks like at that point. And because my noodles are not yet boiled, I may end up adding more. I mean, it just kind of depends. Even though this is only 3 boneless, skinless breasts, this is actually a lot of chicken, so I may need to go ahead and add some more. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 cans to start for now. Then we'll wait for our noodles to get boiled up, and then we will go from there. So let's go ahead and get these 2 cans in. I'll let you take a look and see how it is at this point. I will also, once we get our sauce and our noodles in, I will go ahead and season it a little bit more, because sometimes that seasoning, even though you did it at the beginning, for some reason it seems to dissipate or whatever. So let's go ahead and check this out. I'm going to let this get in here. I'm going to let it kind of simmer. And then again, once my noodles are ready, then we'll get those added in, and we may or may not add some more. I still have it on low, just basically for warmth, if you will. And then you'll have this nice meal. You can serve this up with a nice side salad, or any vegetable would be really good with some grilled asparagus or even green beans, corn if you prefer, any type of sides. To tell you the truth, you could also probably put some of that on the inside of the mixture here if you want. All depends. It's all a casserole. So yeah, so let's take a look and see what we got going on here. So there's our sauced up chicken. We're going to wait for our noodles to get done, and then we'll go from there. Be back. Alright guys, so we're back. We have our noodles boiled and they are ready to go. We're going to go ahead and just scoop them right in. I usually just scoop it in right out of the pan that I boiled them in. It's not any rocket science here. We're just going to go ahead and drain some water out, and then we can mix as we go. And then what we'll do is we will just dispose of whatever noodles we don't need. Not a huge loss. Sometimes we use the whole pack, sometimes we don't. We very well may use it all today and just put it in another can of the cream of chicken so that it will be a little bit more saucy. This is good leftover meal too. The longer it sits and the longer it marries together with the flavors, the better it is. So it's kind of one of those meals. And like I said earlier, you can do this with a good side salad or even any type of vegetables, whichever suits your needs. You can also just eat it plain. Sometimes that's what we do, just throw a little hot sauce in there for some spiciness and go from there. Looks like that's actually going to be enough noodles here. We'll bring that camera over here. Let me go ahead and get this sauce in there. We're going to bring that camera over so you can see what we've got going on with the noodles. So as you recall, we used the entire bag in the boiling water, but looks like we're not going to probably use all of that in here. Let me just get this mixed in. We'll see what we've got going on. And then we will season it, and it'll be ready for dinner. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be enough. So, like I said, we'll just go ahead and add in some seasoning, some salt, pepper, and a little bit more seasoning salt, and, some seasoning salt and pepper. We're not going to add extra salt, excuse me. And we'll go from there. So taste. And again, as we always say, why go to a restaurant, spend your hard-earned money when you can do this in the comfort of your own home? You can have some great leftovers, and it'll be better than takeout. Like our video and subscribe to our channels. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.